Hello people, so I've just watched it and I hope to God it is not the last episode. I hope to God they renew No Ordinary Family for a second season because it was brilliant. This was the season finale for season 1 titled No Ordinary Beginning, and literally no ordinary beginning indeed, because we eventually find out how the Powells have permanent powers. Okay, everybody's been trying to figure it out, including the Powells themselves, Dr. King, then eventually, Lucy Lawless's character, Helen Burton. Everyone's been trying to figure out, even Joshua as well. They've all tried to figure out how have they got permanent powers. And then last night's episode reveals it for them and for everybody, and it was just amazing. It really was just amazing. George, I don't know what he has, but he's got some kind of superpower now, because he was on a plane at the end that crash landed in Brazil, but we don't know what it is yet. What is also interesting is that the NSA now know about the Powells, and they enlist on their help to capture these 80 prisoners that were on this plane along with George, who now have superpowers thanks to the fact that Helen Burton got the information from JJ, who was told by Joshua how him and his family should not have actually have been on that plane in the first place at the beginning of the season. That plane carried the Tricetum, which, when it set on fire, smoked out the serum. The family inhaled it, but as they inhaled it, their adrenaline was high. So remember that formula that Mr. Litchfield was trying to get JJ to complete? Yeah, that was the formula for the Tricetum to mix with synthetic adrenaline. So obviously the synthetic didn't work, therefore they needed human adrenaline. So when Helen clocked on that, she then thought, okay, thank you for that, JJ. Kill them all. I'm going to take the prisoners on the plane. Katie has a baby. Joshua, as I mentioned earlier, Joshua is back, but it's not actually Joshua. No, it's Victoria disguised as Joshua. And it's George who figures this out by revealing to Katie via the phone that her doctor wasn't the one that saw her during her sonogram. It was in fact Victoria. Oh dear. That certainly perked her up. But as I say, she has a baby, but a baby's actually stillborn, which was heartbreaking for the girl. But then the baby's miraculously alive. Don't forget, this baby was born with Tricetum within its DNA. So it is a Tricetum born baby. Its eyes were freaking green when it came alive. It was like a mini Hulk. Don't make this baby angry, whatever you do. Dayton King, whoa. He unfortunately, he met an unfortunate end, but before he did, let me just tell you right now, this dude was fucking badass. Okay? He reveals to Jim and Stephanie that he's dying because he's got a terminally ill, like, cancer within him. The doctors revealed this to him years ago, and he's been trying to keep himself alive ever since, but that's when he came up with the Tricetum serum. He's been keeping himself alive with that. Eventually it turns out that he obviously is in love with Stephanie, because we already know that, and Jim is powerless because Helen captures the Powells to get JJ to reveal, to sort out the formula, but as I say, he doesn't know. So she stops Daphne from using her telepathic abilities and renders Jim powerless in another cell. So Dayton King tracks down Jim and shoots him, knowing that he hasn't got his powers. But later on, it's revealed that he eventually regains his powers, and then it's a showdown between Jim and Dayton. And I tell you what, you've got a guy who's got invulnerability and super strength, and yet you've got a guy who not only cannot die, but also has super strength, telepathic abilities, and super speed. It's like Pete Petrelli against Sylar from Heroes. That's what it was like. I was in absolute geekgasm heaven there. It was brilliant. But yeah, as I say, he met a tragic end because eventually Steph super speeds to Global Tech, comes back with the antidote. This is where it gets interesting. The antidote that she used on Joshua actually worked. Joshua has no powers anymore. He has no powers whatsoever. So the antidote works. So JJ is the one who eventually uses the antidote on Dr. King And how he does it, oh, you have to watch. It was pretty epic. That's all I'm going to say. Put it this way, it was like he was throwing a javelin. Or he was doing darts. It was almost like he was doing darts, basically. He was like a pro dart player. Oh yeah, it was awesome. But I just want to say right now, what an awesome show this has been. What an awesome show it has been. It has been an amazing first season. I really do hope that they do continue for a second season. This show needs a second season. ABC need to realise that they do have something serious here. I know the ratings haven't been that great, but you've got to renew it. I don't care. You've got to pick it up for a second season. And if you don't, someone else does. It's going to be crap. I really don't want someone else, another network picking it up. I want ABC to pick this one back up because it's got something. You know, it has got something. I know they cut down the episodes from 22 to 20, you know, and they're still unsure as to whether or not they should renew it. But creatively, this show is awesome. The stories, the effects, the cast. Come on. Rebecca Mader, Autumn Reeser, Julie Benz, Kay Panabaker, Jimmy Bennett, Romani Malco, Josh Stewart, Stephen Collins, and the awesome Michael Chiklis. Come on. That's 9 reasons right there to keep the show going for a second season. You know? Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. And Lucy Lawless as a guest star, as the evil chairman of Global Tech. She was a surprise addition, but she was brilliant. God damn. Please, ABC, I'm begging you, and everybody who watches this video, send it to everyone you know. Tell them that they need to watch No Ordinary Family Season 1 and beg ABC to do a second season. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there, children. It has been an absolute ride. What an awesome first season. Here's hoping for Season 2. See you later.